everybody, this is Gerryl, Frisco Fit City Ambassador, welcoming you this edition of the Get Moving Minute. Today's Get Moving Minute is actually going to be at least 20 minutes or longer. So if you're not up for that, then skip this one and move on to the next. We're going to do a quick workshop on lowering and managing stress better. And I'm just going to share a couple of quick stress busters that we can all use and kind of walk you through some of them today. And I just want to remind you, this is just one of the pillars that we use in lifestyle medicine. You know, lifestyle medicine and coaching is a practice that involves the use of evidence-based therapeutic approaches, such as eating more whole foods, adding more colorful fruits and vegetables to your meals and snacks, getting more activity, prioritizing your sleep, using techniques to better manage stress, avoiding use of risky substances, and pursuing other non-drug modalities as a first step to treat, reverse, and prevent chronic disease. It's about treating the root cause, not just the symptoms. And today we're going to focus on the emotional well-being pillar with some tools for managing stress, also known as mindset, attitude. You know, as a lifestyle medicine coach, provider, I'm here to support you in making incremental lifestyle changes over time to improve your overall health, to ensure that you can age well and prevent disease. All right? Many members have been able to successfully lower their cholesterol, lose weight, lower blood pressure, avoid the use of expensive medications and procedures, all by making some small lifestyle changes over time. As lifestyle medicine providers, it's not that we're not advocating for getting off your medications. That's not what we're saying. We're just saying that we can use lifestyle intervention as a first-line treatment. So today we're going to talk about, as I said, we're going to focus on emotional well-being, our mindset, our attitude. Okay, I call this my Don't Worry, Be Happy workshop. Okay, right now, you're taking time with me out of your day to care for your health, the health of your body and your brain, by learning these tools that are going to help you adjust your mindset. Tools that you can use to resist less to stressful situations. These are skills to practice, okay? The more you do them, the more benefit you're going to get. All right? Right now, by attending this workshop, you're actively asking, what can I do now to ensure I can manage my stress so that I can stay well and I can be well? All right? But we got to remember that being mindful, it's a practice, right? The more you do it, the more effective it will become for you over time. But for right now in this moment, I want you to go ahead and congratulate yourself because you showed up today for this coaching session that you didn't even realize you were going to get, right? Which tells me you're super motivated and determined to do everything you can do to move towards better health, right? Health happens not at the doctor's office once a year, but in our daily life with the things that we consistently do, those tiny little automatic things that we consistently do over time that either add up to a lifetime of moving us towards better health or a lifetime of moving us closer to sickness. How do we define mindset, attitude, emotional well-being? Well, in this pillar of health, we know it's essential to our overall health. We know it's necessary to realize our full potential. We know that having a more positive mindset and attitude helps us cope with the stressors of life. It encourages us to work productively. It supports us in making meaningful contributions, and being connected to our communities. Okay, it's not the absence of emotions or stress, right? It's just our ability to understand the value of those emotions and to use them so that we can move forward in positive directions. And right now, after you listen to this podcast, I really want to invite you, to book a time with your health coach or a health coach in your area after today's webinar to co-create a plan, to manage stress in your life using tools that are very specific to your unique needs, right? I want to invite you today to consider working with a coach on just a 2-week jumpstart plan to start experimenting with a few tools, tracking your stress with a simple stress level score each day, paying attention to how you feel in the moment that you're triggered by stress before and after you use your tool, okay? So as I move through the workout today, I really want you to think about 1 or 2 tools that are resonating with you, that are connected to your stress triggers. We all have them and we all pretty much know what they are. So think about your daily life and think about the 1 or 2 things, the main stress triggers for you. Is it a relationship? Is it your job? I don't know, right? I want you to kind of think back in that moment. What's happening in that moment when you feel that stress? How is your body reacting? How are you feeling? How are you resisting it, right? So as we move through the workshop today, I want you to consider which of these tools you want to practice for the next 1 to 2 weeks every time you experience a stress trigger. So here's 2 stress facts everyone should know. First, the body needs balance, okay? Healthy bodies need the right levels of circulating hormones. Too little, we get weak, slow, depressed. Too much, we get sick, anxious, and our bodies begin to break down. Okay, second, it's important to control your cortisol, all right? Cortisol is the hormone that is secreted when we are stressed, all right? If your body is constantly stressed, then you're continually secreting cortisol, all right? It's similar to a car engine that's always running a little too fast, that never gets maintenance or the right fuel. Obviously, that car is going to break down sooner rather than later, right? Eventually, that constant stress just takes its toll on our bodies, especially our brain, our heart, and our blood vessels. And I want you to remember something. Everything that you ever heard about that's good for your heart is also good for the health of your brain. All right? So as we age, our brains are a little less able to turn down the cortisol levels as it did when we were younger. All right? Dr. Hans Selye, a stress researcher, says after every little stressful situation, we become a little bit older. So the older we get, the calmer we need to be. All right? It's important to point out the body doesn't really differentiate between physical, mental, and emotional pain. All of those stressors manifest the same type of wear and tear on our body. All right? So I think that that's important to point out, okay? The loss of a loved one, a great grieving loss, puts a stress on our body as well. So look, we can't possibly control every stressor that goes on in our lives, right? We can't. But we can control how we react and if we resist to it. These are things that we can, we just need some ways to practice resisting less, to be present, to be aware of what we feel, and we've got to find new ways to resist less. All right? Stress is about, how we perceive a change, how we feel it, how we react to it. But here's the good news. We actually can train our brains to let it pass. You can actually grow new brain cells and retrain your brain to respond differently. There's an expression, worried to death. It actually has a biochemical basis. Chronic unresolved stress prematurely ages every single vital organ. It shrinks our brain, it ages our heart, it weakens your bones, it makes us sick. It promotes fat storage. It eventually leads to diabetes. It's bad for our gut, so it causes digestive issues. It absolutely suppresses and disrupts our sleep cycles. It absolutely suppresses and disrupts our sex drive. All right, but here's the thing. I got some really good news. You really can reverse all of this, all of these things, by the things you consistently do each day. We can't control our genes. We can control how our genes interact with the environment and the stressors of our lives. We now know we can actually control as much as 75% of our health destiny based on how we live our lives, the things that we do, like the things that we eat, whether we are movers or not movers, and absolutely how we manage stress. So here are my 7 stress busters I'm going to share with you today just to kind of help you get started. All right, number 1, if you can't change it, don't worry about it. As I'm going through this, I want you to think about this one, and if it's one that really resonates with you, right? If you can't control situations, you can't, right? You just can't. But you can control how you react to them, right? You can practice not dwelling on the past, right? The past is history. You can't change it, right? You can practice not feeling guilty or worrying about something you can't change. How can you be intentional about this? How can you practice this for just 48 hours? If this is one that's really resonating with you, you know what your daily stress triggers are. You know if you're a worrier. Think about this one. Number 2, focus on solutions, not problems. What if we retrain our brain to focus on solutions, not problems? What if after a problem occurs, we immediately focus on finding a solution so that we can regain a sense of control? It's that feeling, that loss of control, that causes the stress response to just continue and keep going, right? Keeps that cortisol high. So what if we focus on solutions, not problems? What if once that problem occurs, we immediately focus on finding a solution? We can do this with our friends too. If they're always coming to us and they want to just constantly talk about their problems, we can say, hey, look, I'm not going to focus on problems, but I will help you focus on some solutions. I will help you brainstorm like some solutions, right? Okay, number 3, redirecting negative thoughts. As health coaches, we call this reframing, and there are a lot of different ways to do this and a lot of different things that we can try and experiment with. I'm just going to share with you a few of my favorites. Okay? And what we're trying to do with all of these is retrain our brain. Programming your mind so that when a stressor arrives, you say, take 5, don't go there. Right? In your mind, right then and there, close your eyes and journey to a better place. Where is that better place for you? Close your eyes, think about it. Where is your better place? How can you redirect negative thoughts? Can you do a take 5, don't go there? Immediately when that stressor arrives, close your eyes, imagine you're in your better place. Other things to try. The 3-1 game. These are all basically the same thing. They're just different things to try. The 3-1 game basically says, we know that positive thoughts are 100 times more powerful than negative thoughts. So can you imagine if you could turn every negative thought you ever have into a positive thought? So if we practice being intentional about every time a negative thought enters our head and immediately thinking of 3 positive thoughts to replace it, that's the 3-1 game. Just, saying for a day, 24 hours, 48 hours. I mean, start there. This is very powerful. Just be aware of every time you have a negative thought, immediately deleting it and thinking of 3 positive thoughts to replace it. And I will tell you, for me, someone who considers myself a positive person, when I did this exercise as part of my health coach training, I couldn't believe how often I have negative thoughts entering my head and how powerful this tool was. Here's another one, another practice. And I want you guys to just really think about which ones I'm sharing resonate with you. And think of pulling out one or two to try. Practice, okay? For every situation, imagine the best case scenario and act as if. What if, for the next several days, every situation that comes up, you imagine the best case scenario will be the result, and you act upon that versus worrying about the worst case scenario. So many of us spend our lives planning and preparing for the worst case scenario that never, ever, ever, ever comes, instead of planning and preparing and thinking about and visualizing the best case snenario. For most of us, it's going to be the likely scenario where we may not experience the best case scenario, but most of us never, ever, ever experience the worst case scenario that we spend our lives prepping and preparing for. So what could life be like if for the next several days, for every situation, you imagine the best case scenario and act as if? This is a fun experiment to try. The next practice, what if you practice waking up and imagining that something wonderful is going to happen, and you track how this affects your day and how it affects your mindset as you move throughout the day. And I want you to really, really, really imagine. It's like I'm waking up, it's my birthday, it's Christmas morning. I'm just imagining that something that I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, something amazing and wonderful is going to happen today. I just don't know what it is. And move through your day as if, and track how that affects your day and how that affects your mindset. And the last one on this I'm going to share is the 24-hour thankful game. Same thing. These are all reframing our thoughts. As soon as you have a complaint, that if you think complaints are a big deal for you, if that's a trigger, as soon as that complaint arrives in your head, immediately turn it into a thought of gratitude. And I'll give you an example. My husband and son never ever put the dirty dishes in the dishwasher. Never, okay? So as I arrive home from work and I see the dirty dishes in the sink, I could think in my head, ugh, a complaint. But immediately I want to turn that into a thought of gratitude, that I'm immensely grateful that I have a life partner and I have a family to go through life with that loves and supports me, and I am aware every single day of all of the other things that my husband does to help me and support me. And this is just one little thing that I certainly can do when I get home. That's my example. All right, I want to move on to number 4. I think it's important to move to mellow your mind. You know, I don't know that a lot of people realize or recognize that exercise actually is just as powerful as medication as a mood mellower, except you don't have like prescription mood flattening side effects, all right? So a lot of times we can walk it off or find joyful ways to move. The research is clear. Active people are bothered less by stress biochemically than are more sedentary people. So I want you to consider this. The best exercise is the one you're actually going to do. And if you don't enjoy it, you're not likely to incorporate it as movement into a sustainable part of your life. So just keep in mind, when a stressor arrives, physical movement can immediately lower your stress hormones and work to keep your body in balance. So whether you're doing exercise on a regular basis or you're incorporating it as a stress buster, they both have benefits when it comes to lowering your stress hormones and keeping your body in balance. Okay? Number 5, surrounding yourself with upbeat, positive people. Look, emotions really are contagious, and being around happy, uplifting people stimulates your brain to actually turn on your happy emotions. So really be intentional about what and who you let into your life. Think about the who and the what that fills your daily life on a consistent basis, your news, the media you consume. Really be intentional about seeking out positive and uplifting people and the content for your life. You really do have a very high level of control when it comes to what and who you let into your life. This is a big one, bigger than you think. Number 6, take a deep breath. As soon as that stressor enters your life, take a deep breath. Activate your calming nerves. Deep, relaxed breathing turns up calming nerves. It turns down the stress you feel in your body and your mind. As a result, it allows more air into your lungs. It relaxes your muscles. It gets more oxygen into your system. You know, at least 10 times a day, consider stopping for a breath break. You know, just a moment to take a full, deep, cleansing breath during a meeting, while you're driving, if you're standing in line, and just feel that tension leave your body as you exhale. I'm gonna do it right now. Focus on the breathing instead of the stressor, okay? This is gonna allow you to relax. You know, many of us take shallow breaths. We're leaving valuable lung tissue that's just not getting aerated, okay? So we have to taking a deep breath means to breathe slower and deeper from the belly, inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our mouth, exhaling longer than you inhale, right? Deep breathing stimulates the release of nitric oxide, which is the chemical messenger that actually dilates your blood vessels, optimizes your flow and your blood pressure. How do you produce this magical molecule? By exercise and deep breathing. So let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths together now, all right? I want you to close your eyes, imagine your favorite scenery, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna close our eyes, we're gonna inhale through your nose for 4 counts, we're gonna hold it for 2, and then we're gonna exhale through your mouth for 6 counts, and then we're gonna repeat that. All right, so I want you to inhale, close your eyes, inhale through your nose, 2, 3, 4, hold it at the top, exhale through your mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to repeat that. Inhale through your nose, 2, 3, 4, hold at the top for 2, exhale through your mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can do this and repeat this as many times as you feel you need to. I'm going to move on to the benefits of laughter. You know, I was really excited to learn about this research, and I'm really excited to share it with you. You know, laughter, fun, joy, smiling, even when we fake it, has big time benefits when it comes to stress relief and our overall health. Did you know that children laugh 400 times a day? And adults only laugh about a dozen times a day. I find that kind of sad. You know, laughter, it's like inner jogging, okay? It's a good belly laugh, gives every system in the body a good workout. And did you know that physiologically laughter is just the opposite of the stress response? It's super exciting, right? That means that laughter relieves tension. It lowers those stress hormones. It improves our neurochemistry. It settles the heart, and it absolutely boosts our immune function. We got some other great benefits too. It's good for the brain. And remember what I said, if it's good for the brain, we know it's good for the heart. If it's good for the heart, we know it's good for the brain. It releases good neurohormones, okay? Our endorphins, our dopamine. These are the same feel-good hormones that you get when you exercise and when you eat chocolate, okay? So these are the good ones. Especially important in helping people get over and manage chronic illness, right? We know that laughter releases our pain-relieving hormones as well. And I already mentioned the immune system, but I think it's important to mention that depression actually suppresses our immune system. And studies show that stress hormones, cortisol and epinephrine, decrease during and following laughter. We have some great researchers at the Loma Linda University School of Medicine found that their students who watch comedy videos had a significant increase in T cells. Those are our cells, our immune cells that gobble up germs. And they also found that they had lower levels of stress hormone, cortisol. This was after watching comedy videos. So laughter boosts killer cells. We also have studies on, people with allergies actually experiencing fewer allergic reactions after watching humorous films. And when it comes to the heart, laughter increases your heart rate and your circulation, very similar to an aerobic workout. When it comes to our lungs, we know that laughter gives us a good workout to the diaphragm muscles, and it breaks up any tension that you hold in your face. And just one quick word about play, because I feel like when we're playing, we're laughing. We know that play helps to shape our brains. It helps us to foster empathy. It helps us to deal with difficulties. And it is a pathway to feeling more joy and happiness in our lives. There's a saying by George Bernard Shaw that says, we don't stop playing because we grow old because we stop playing. And I think we now have the science to prove that this is somewhat true. We know that when we don't take the time to incorporate play, to rest, rejuvenate, reinvigorate our bodies, we experience burnout and ultimately depression, All right, so I want you to think about a story, a joke, a memory, something, whenever you hear it or share it, it always makes you laugh. So I want you to consider today finding someone at work or at home and think about your story, your joke, your memory that always makes you laugh, and share it with another. And I want you to really pay attention to how you're feeling when you're sharing that story and after you share that story. And just remember, this is something that you can always keep in your back pocket for when you need it. And lastly, I want to talk about the helper's high, all right? Have you heard of the helper's high? Science tells us that when we give of ourselves to help others, our feel-good hormones, like the dopamine, surge in your brain. So again, your happy hormones are engaged. So using your free time to help others in need absolutely has this effect. Our happy hormones go up, our stress hormones go down. So when you volunteer for any organization connected to a cause that you care about, this creates good feelings for everyone, right? Look, sometimes just knowing that somebody's life is better because of what you do for them, that's a priceless gift, right? Maybe for you, the people who need you or your help are right there in your home. You don't have to go out and seek an organization to volunteer for. Maybe you're working full-time and providing full-time caretaking for another, or maybe many, many others, and experiencing a high level of stress because of the responsibilities that you have. I want to recognize you today as a giver. You are giving daily. And if no one's told you, I want to be the one to tell you today you're appreciated more than you know. I want us to take a moment to remember someone special to you. Someone who's in your life now or maybe in the past, who's offered you a helping hand when you were in a time of need. someone that you're grateful to have had or have now in your life. How do you feel when you think of this person? How do you think you would feel if you took the time to write them a note, to thank them specifically for what it is that they did for you, or how that action, that give from them impacted your life? Helping others, just simply being intentional and spreading compassion and kindness to all the people you interact with on your daily. Strangers in the street, ask yourself, what tiny thing can you do to lift another person up? Sometimes it's just sharing a simple smile, a simple kindness. It costs you nothing. So I want to thank each and every one of you for attending the podcast today. I want to, again, invite you to consider working with a health coach on a 2-week jumpstart plan to start experimenting with a few of the tools we went over today. Tracking your stress with a simple stress level score each day. Maybe recording the level of stress that day from a scale of 1 to 10. Paying attention to how you feel when that stress trigger comes up, how you feel before you use your tool, how you feel after. So just really think about 1 or 2 of the tools that we mentioned today that resonated with you, that connected with your specific stress triggers. Think about your daily life. What 1 or 2 things are the main stress triggers for you? Think about what's happening in the moment. Think about how your body's reacting, how it's feeling, what you can do to resist less. All right, so consider which of these tools you want to practice for the next 1 to 2 weeks every time you experience a stress trigger. And remember, this is retraining our brain, retraining our mindset, retraining our attitude to improve our emotional well-being is a practice. The more you do it, the bigger the benefit. You absolutely can retrain your brain. And last thoughts, consider play, consider time outside in nature. Consider what are things that you need more of in your life, okay? Just not necessarily the things you can do, but the things, the supports that you need more of in your life to feel less stressed. Consider the things you can control, let go of the things you can't. Consider the content that you allow in your life. Does the media that you allow cultivate feelings of happiness or joy or feelings of stress and sadness? And I want to leave you with a happy thought. Consider the practice of always believing something wonderful is about to happen and see how that affects your day. This is Coach Gerryl, Frisco Fit City Ambassador, reminding you to get up, get out, and get moving each and every day and to make it a great day.